Now, in What's Brewing, AI startup Tsavorite Scalable Intelligence has just unveiled what it calls a new frontier in AI efficiency and scalability, the Omni Processing Unit, or OPU, a unified compute platform that blends CPU, GPU memory, and high-speed interconnect into a single composable architecture. With more than $100 million in pre-orders, partnerships with Samsung Foundry, ARM, and Sumitomo, and claims of dramatically improved performance and cost efficiency for AI workloads from edge to hyperscale, Tsavorite is making a play to redefine how AI is trained, deployed, and scaled. For more on that, joining us now is Shalesh Thusoo, who's the founder and CEO of Tsavorite Scalable Intelligence, and no stranger to building transformative data platforms. Shalesh, thanks very much. It's great to have you on CNBC-TV18. Let's start with the big picture. You're calling the Omni Processing Unit a new class of compute architecture. How is it fundamentally changing the way AI systems are built and scaled compared to today's GPU-centric world? And can you quantify for us how much faster, an AI model can run on your OPUs?
Yeah, thank you, Ritu, for having me on your show. We set out to define a new processing unit for next generation of AI compute. So what we call as you said, the Omni Processing Unit. 2 years ago, we created a team that was in Bangalore and in California. Working together, we have now created a processor that can run 10 times faster with only 10% of the energy used that is today. We see that AI compute needs are really growing really quickly, and what people need for every domain, the compute power is required. But energy is a huge issue. And in order to reduce the energy and the power required in order for us to really sustain the growth rate that the world needs, we created this OPU configuration.
Well, Shalesh, would you say this is the end of GPUs as we know them? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you positioning the OPU as a complement to the existing architecture? I mean, what's the pitch to investors?
Yeah, this is beyond a GPU. A GPU was designed originally for graphics, really creating graphics of pictures. It's been used very well for AI compute, but the efficiency of a GPU as far as its how much power it takes in order to process the AI type of workloads, it was never actually designed for that. So GPUs will, of course, stay on, but OPU will really beyond. The architecture is fundamentally designed from the grounds up in order to do all of the AI workloads. What we have done in it is we actually created something we call the multiplexes fabric. This fabric really offers us the connectivity that we require from what's traditionally called a CPU or a GPU or a memory or an interconnect. And those things then really create efficiently process the AI workloads. And so, no, it's not the end of the GPU. That's not how I would call it, but it is beyond what a GPU can do today.
Okay, not the end of the GPU, but beyond what a GPU can do. You already have more than 100 million pre-orders and, customers like Sumitomo Corporation on board. What is driving this early demand and what kinds of AI workloads are your partners most keen on?
Yeah, so from day one, what we decided to do was how do we get not only an energy efficient processor, but also something that can scale. I can scale because the AI workloads are really changing the market. And it's also the workloads themselves are changing and the type of AI is also changing. So we created a very configurable unit. And then in order to prove to our early customers, we then mapped that unit into a prototype system that's running in our lab today. This prototype system allows our customers to log in and ensure that the workload that they have today running in deployment can be run on our hardware without them having to change it. So this has enabled us to really create some very strong partnerships in Japan, as you said, with Sumitomo Corporation, in Europe, in a large leading OEM there. We have in India, we are making some very deep partnerships in India around not only creating the GPU, but actually doing a lot more design work going forward there.
Well, speaking of India, Shalesh, since you bring this up, how significant is India's role in Tsavorite's growth going to be and in shaping the global AI hardware landscape, you think?
I think it's going to be a very significant role. In fact, from day one, when Tsavorite was started, we started it simultaneously in both Bangalore and in California. Our teams are equally strong in both the sites. We are We developed it together over the last 2 years at this point in time. And in fact, going forward, we see India as being a pivotal role, and in fact, we'll be likely be larger in India than even in the US. Now, we are going to also do much more in India going forward. Right now, we are in our phase of our basically our OPU design points, but we are also designing what we call the Helix platform. The Helix platform is a way, it's a platform in the way we deliver to our end customer an AI appliance. This appliance will be fully designed and manufactured in India and then deployed around the world.
All right. The Helix AI platform expected in 2026 will be made right here. But finally, just a big picture view, Shalesh, before we let you go, how do you see Tsavorite's technology shaping the next decade of AI? Will the winners be those with the biggest chips or those with the smartest, most efficient systems?
The winners are going to be those which can actually span it's not about the chip size, it's about the smartness, it's about how do you optimize for a given workload, given market. AI is a very large market and it's just starting. And it really needs to be optimized all the way from something that goes on your desk to something that goes onto full data centers and in the hyperscaler market. So it's just the starting of the journey, and we see that us being a very significant role going forward and being able to provide people options and really do sustainable AI for the future.
All right, Shalesh, we'll leave it at that. And thank you very much for waking up so very early, in your time to join us here on CNBC-TV18. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show, Ritu. Thank you. Bye.
Well.